Hey everybody, Kenny Dials here. I want to take a few minutes. I'm on the water today here on the Ohio River, just practicing, playing around, working with some different baits and so forth. And I want to take several minutes here to discuss a particular bait that I really enjoy throwing, in particular around grass and lily pads, any kind of grass, coontail, milfoil, eelgrass, river grass, any kind of those grasses. Plus I love fishing it through lily pads and along boat docks. And the bait I'm talking about is the jbroslures, the 6-inch Trifinity. This is the bait here. Let me get one out of the package for you. And I have a box right here, pretty good assortment of different colors sitting here beside me. But so this is the bait right here I'm talking about, and it's a bait that I really enjoy throwing. Kind of weird looking, the curly tails, 3 tails on it. The action is unbelievable, and the water it displaces on the top of the water is remarkable. Really enjoy throwing this bait. And again, it's the jbroslures 6-inch Trifinity. I've got a box full of them there, and of course I label everything at my home or in these boxes. But so anyway, these are my main colors I use. You can see, you know, this color here, a little probably more for clear water. Some of the other darker colors for a little stained or dirtier water, if you will. But just all around, the green pumpkin is probably my favorite, and the green pumpkin purple, my all-around favorite colors. Doesn't mean the other colors don't work, because as you see there, I have plenty. So I want to take a few minutes to show you how I love to fish this bait. It's, to me, performs really well around some of the structure and the cover I was telling you about. I throw this bait on a weighted, belly weighted underspin, and kind of looks like, well, this is it. This is not kind of, this is what it is. I love fishing this bait, especially in the summer months when the fish are really more looking up, like a lot of people throw a buzz bait or chatterbait or spinner bait a lot of times this time of year, or a spook or a topwater frog. I love throwing this bait. It's a little different than anything else they're going to see, and that's the bait of my choice right now. And so how I do this is, let me show you here. I take that bait, and it's got a screw lock on it. Let me get a little closer. It's got a screw lock on it. As you can see, here is the screw lock for the bait, and I Texas rig it to expose that hook just so slightly, trying to keep that bait as straight as possible, coming down to the hook point and then beyond. You don't want it all balled up or anything. So anyway, this is the hook. Let me take this bait off. It's, like I said, it's got the screw lock on it. And so there's the screw lock. There's the bait itself, or the rig itself. It's got that willow leaf blade on it. Gives a lot of flash, some vibration, and them fish just can't stand it, especially when it's coming around the kind of structure. Weed line edges, through the weeds, it doesn't matter. I fish it either on top or down a couple of feet, depending on how active the fish are for the day. So anyway, I'll just go ahead and rig up another one. I got this this collar here, and all you do is you take that bait and you push it up over that screw lock a little ways, get it started nicely, screw that thing on, get it screwed up to the front as far as you can, and keeping one side of it so that the tails are flat whenever they're coming through the water. You don't want them, I don't want them on their sides or anything like that. And then you just take where that bait's going to come through the hook right there, and then you just take that bait and pop it through, and then just to expose it a little bit, and there you go. So I love fishing this bait this time of year. And anyway, so that bait right there will come through a lot of structures, the grass, if it hangs up in the grass a little bit as you're retrieving it, you can pop it and it's not going to rip off of the screw lock, as to where some other hook styles and designs that bait will rip off and you'll have to replace the bait because it'll tear the head of it out. And so anyway, that's the rig I love throwing this time of year. It's an awesome rig, and I'll just stand up here on the deck and show you a couple retrieves, more or less like as if I'm hung up in grass or something, and just show you that. So, and I'll just make a cast up along the grass, and say I'm coming through some grass right now, I just kind of pop it just to get it out of the grass and start it out of the grass. And that's typically when the fish will strike and eat it, because it's a reaction strike kind of, and you just kind of pop your rod tip and let it come through the grass instead of burying up into the grass. You don't want it to bury up in the grass. You want to get it out of the grass so they can have a chance to ambush it. So that's what I do. And then if I'm along a weed edge or something, then I just throw this bait and just kind of do a steady retrieve, keeping it just a couple feet below the surface, sometimes even on the surface. But the main thing is if you're throwing against lily pads as well, you know, keeping it up high along the top is a real good idea. That way, you know, the fish can, like as if almost you're fishing a topwater hollow body frog. This bait right here comes through that lily pads. As long as they're not real thick, tight together lily pads. I like lily pads that are a little more open. So that way you can kind of pull this bait around pads and into the open area, let it drop down in an open area if you want, just a little bit. But keep in mind, you want to keep this bait a little higher to the surface. I really don't run it any more than 2 feet deep, typically about a foot. Sometimes around the pads, really almost right up on top or just below the surface. So that's how I love fishing this bait. I fish it around docks as well, along the edges of a dock. I'll throw it and those fish will be up under the docks a little bit, ready to ambush something as it comes by. And so when they do that, obviously they're going to eat this bait. And it's a really good bait that I love throwing, especially this time of year. So anyway, go to the website, jbroslures.com, get you some of the Trifinity worms. This thing is explosive. I love it. Larry Johnson, you nailed this one. And I love the bait. And I fish it a lot, especially from like middle of May through August, even into September. When the grass and the weeds and stuff start dying off, then I'll start going with maybe a chatterbait or something else. But this is a bait that I absolutely love to throw. I fish it in my MLF tournaments as well, as if I jump in and open somewhere, either local or anywhere in Ohio or Kentucky or Indiana. Then if it's got grass around, then I'm definitely, this is always tied on in the boat, 100% of the time. And I got it tied on my Douglas Outdoors rod, the X Matrix series. And this one is a 7.4 fast action rod. So it's got enough backbone to let that bait load up, and also to get them fish out of the cover. That way, you want that bait to load up some because it's got a big hook on it, and you do want to let it load up a little bit so you can let them fish get it down pretty deep into their mouth, not into the water. And then it's got enough backbone to pull this thing out, and it's on paired with a arc. This is a Gravity 8 reel. It's in the 8-to-1 ratio, and I love the arc reel. But anyway, that bait, you see it right there, it is always tied on in my boat, especially when the grass starts to grow. And just want to say, go to jbroslures.com and we'll get you some Trifinities. I would get multiple collars. There's basically 4 basic collars. right? A green pumpkin, a black and blue, a green pumpkin, purple flake, a watermelon, a motor oil, those kind of colors, depending on the watercolor that I'll throw the different colors on. But a great bait. It's got the flash with that underspin on it, and can't go wrong. Okay, everybody, appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.